Hi guys, I want to tell you the story. I think it's time for another video, and I want to tell you about the story about my boyfriend now because it's such a beautiful story, and I know it's not really into the secret stuff, so I'm not going to mention his name or anything. It's just something I feel I need to tell you. I think most of you know I have a boyfriend. It's been 9 months and a bit now, and it's making me very happy. But it's such a unbelievable story you need to tell. First of all, before most of you asked, and I don't understand really why people ask, but he's not in a wheelchair, and I don't understand that that's the first thing people ask me. Most people asked me when I told them I had a boyfriend, but no. But I want to tell you the story. I met my boyfriend about 8 years ago, and he it wasn't like it was love at first sight, not for me anyway. But we started to talk, and after about a couple of months, I think I admitted my feelings from. This was 8 years ago. But I told you we've only been together for 9 months. It's a long story. So so 8 years ago we were together, but that wasn't for a really long time. A couple of months, because I had these walls around me, and I pushed them away, and these walls were very thick, and things that happened in my past hurt me and made it impossible for him to not to love me, because he loved me anyway, but it made it impossible for us to stay together. And I pushed him away because these things a boyfriend scared me to bits. And so we broke up. But I loved them. I always loved them, and every time he got a girlfriend, I knew he had one, then I was angry, but I wasn't allowed to get angry because I was the one who ended it. But then after a couple of years, I found I dealt with my demons. I'm ready. I'm going to go to his house. I'm going to knock on his door, and I'm going to say, "Here I am. I'm still in love with you. I want to be with you." Blah blah blah. And let's just see what happens. So after I think 3 years after we broke up, I went to his house. So I said, I need to see you. And I went to his house, and I didn't say anything. I mean, it was like I wanted to say something that I still love them, and then but I realized that I wasn't ready yet, because those demons I thought I dealt with were still there. And so I saw him. We spent the day together, but I never told him why I was acting there. So, but then, and about 10 or 11 months ago, I kind of, I don't know really what happened, but I started to think about him again. And I think that was because I needed to have the surgery, and I realized I kind of need him. I need him. I cannot do this without him. And that's when I realized that I still love him. And we really didn't talk over these last years. We did talk, but like sporadically and not really well. So I kind of decided, okay, let's just see. And I started to contact him again, and we started to talk again. And I remember there was this conference, the Comic Con conference in Belgium where we used to go together. I think that was like one of the first dates we went on. So I remember I texted him and I said, "Are you going?" And he said he wasn't going. He hadn't been for a while. And I went there with some friends, some Nerdfighter friends. But I missed him there. I needed him to be there, and that's when I realized I really, really need. I really, really love him, and I cannot be another minute without him. And I think a couple of days later, I started to text him because we were supposed to go to dinner together, and I was supposed to tell him then, but I told him before the dinner because I was scared I was freaking out. I would freak out and never tell him again like I did before. So I texted him and we talked, and I don't actually remember how it came out exactly, but I think I said I'm still in love with you, and I wasn't sure what had happened the last 7 years with him, if he had a girlfriend or not or something. So it was like I'm still in love with you, and I want to be with you, and if you. And then he texted me back, and he said, "Did you ever think I ever stopped loving you?" And I was like, "What?" And then it was like the heavens opened, and I was so happy, and I was like freaking out, and it was so. I mean, after 7 years, I couldn't believe it, and so after a week or so, I don't even remember how it was after texting and calling each other baby again, which was weird. Oh, honey. But we met up again. He came to my house, but that was weird because we both didn't know. I didn't know how to react, but it was like, it was awkward, very awkward. But I think I saw him and I knew this is what I needed. And all my walls came crumbling down, and I told him what was wrong all those years ago, and he was kind of like, "Why didn't you tell me that?" But I couldn't, and so now we're kind of very happy, and he's making me feel so good, and um, and I kind of want to talk to him right now. Baby, I love you. You know, it made me feel so happy, and I never thought this was ever going to happen again, and I'm never going to leave you again. And I told you can hang me up if I ever feel like running again, and I'm not going anywhere. Thank you. I love you so much. Bye. So this is the story.